Welcome to this week's episode of Man, We're Too Old for This. I'm your host, CDL113. With me today is
the Todd Fog,
or the experience, as some call Jason.
The token monster jerky, Tarky.
Today we're going to be talking about horror movies, the classics, the ones we love, and some that fizzled. So, I think I'll start this off.
You're not going to specifically say it's the Halloween episode?
Oh yes, it's the Halloween episode.
I started to wear a mask and then I said, the hell with it.
If only you could have found a fiend mask too.
The only jackass sitting here in a mask? I don't think so.
As a kid growing up, or as I should say as a young teen, I was real fond of the Elvira, Mistress of the Dark show, and the other things like that, where they'd come on and host several different movies on the weekends.
Because he liked horror.
Yeah. I'll admit, what got me into that was a hot chick in a dress, but I did stay for the horror movies. And before that, I can remember as a kid, they would
just wait for the commercials, man. The commercials.
I'm horrified. Save me, titties.
They would around here. They would host a 3D movie weekend. You'd have the Wolfman or Dracula, whatever, done in 3D, and you'd have to go to the grocery store or the gas station and buy your 3D glasses and everything.
That crap once the 3D sucked. I mean, it sucked.
Yeah, it was bad. But that was a big deal when you were a kid, and so I got some fond memories of me and my cousins sitting up watching the horror movies, and some of them were so campy and cheesy. Even back then, you sit there and you go, "How was this supposed to be scary?" And then some of them would really creep you out because like there'd be a twist that you didn't see coming, and all of a sudden you'd be like, "I can't sleep tonight." But I think old movies, the black and white movies, I think some of my favorite are the Bela Lugosi and Lon Chaney. Then when you got into the 1970s horror flicks, have to have Freddy Krueger.
The 80s.
Oh yeah,
Freddy was the slasher craze was 80s.
Yeah.
And a little bit of 90s.
Michael Myers and
That one did technically come out in the 70s.
Friday the 13th.
I think it was like 79 or something. 78
it was late 70s. Yeah, late 70s. Well,
but when you started seeing those, and that was a big deal, when you were a kid, because an R-rated movie pops up on TV, even if it's on one of the movie channels. You sneak watch it at night. That was a big deal. So
those 70s were dominated by really two movies: The Exorcist and Jaws.
Yeah.
That was your two big ones, with maybe The Omen coming up a slow third.
Yeah.
If only they had found a way to combine Satan and the ocean.
I'm sure they have.
It's Devil Shark. It's Ghost Shark. It's on Sci-Fi, man.
Yep.
Shark came out and ate me out the toilet, which was all the fears from Jaws.
Yep.
I can't go near water. How the fuck you live in Paducah, Kentucky? No damn ocean around here.
No, the glass shark in the pool. You can't see it, but it's there.
You got nothing but the tub. Jaws is in the tub, damn it, it's in the tub.
Jaws is bigger than my tub.
Exactly.
Yeah, when Sci-Fi
Makes it
popped up
scary.
and started putting a bunch of the horror movies on, that was a big deal. It was a walk down memory lane for me, because you'd say, "Oh man, I hadn't seen this in forever."
The 70s were also kind of known for the time when you start getting movies where evil didn't lose at the end.
Yeah.
That was kind of a big thing too. It was, well, it's some mind-rending demon. Yeah, it didn't lose. Well, ain't that a bitch?
Yeah, because up until then, Van Helsing would always get the vampire, or
Yeah, the
somebody
vampire died, the wolf man died, all that kind of shit died. You got to the 70s, like the Omen. Yeah, the Antichrist wins. Matter of fact, the Antichrist wins the first two of those.
Yeah. Rosemary's Baby.
Yeah. The Exorcist, not so much, because, well, the demon jumped into the priest jumped out the window. so it was kind of like
It was the whole noble sacrifice,
Yeah,
bittersweet kind of thing. He took one. He took one for the team.
how did that stop the demon exactly? Because it wasn't exactly alive. Shut up! Just be glad. Take this piece of.
Yep. Jason, how about yourself?
The first horror movie that I can really remember watching, other than maybe some of the really campy stuff Mom watched, would have been the first Friday the 13th. When it was airing on TV, though.
Which one scared you? Because I know you told me about the one, because they did a remake of it.
Oh, I'll get to that one.
Okay.
This one scared me enough that, I failed the test in that I got out of bed and went to get in bed with Mom and Dad at some point during the night. Up little guy.
He was only 13.
I had seen many a slasher flick by then.
Well timed.
I don't think our brother was alive yet.
Like kid. He's only 13 years old. Scoot over. What? Jason, scoot over.
But no, I was 8 or 9, maybe. I don't really remember.
It is fun to think of, Mom, Dad? Yeah. I need to go to bed. The voice drops right then.
He just scoot over.
He came out of the lake.
But as far as when I was younger, ones that really freaked me out would probably have been, I just looked it up the other day, was it 74 that it came out? I'd be lying if I said I remembered exactly. I want to say it actually came out before my time. Was Don't Be Afraid of the Dark. And yeah, what's his face?
Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah, Del Toro did a remake recently. That movie freaked me out so bad as a kid that, as an almost 40-year-old man, when the preview came in for the remake came out, I didn't keep my eyes open during the preview.
Damn.
I mean, no, that thing left like a psychological kind of scar.
Like Jaws did with me.
Like I have heard several people talk
How
about
the
Jaws.
hell did Jaws leave a scar on you? Your ass lives in Alabama. Where the hell are you going for a shower?
She talked to our buddy Carl about that. He was the same way.
Me and my cousin had set up and watched Jaws on Showtime or HBO, whatever movie channel it came on. And then like a week and a half later, our parents come in and go, my dad and his dad both worked at the same plant, and it was like, okay, we've got a week and a half or 2 weeks off. We're going to take our vacation and tack it onto it. We're going to go to Florida. Okay, cool. And then my dad and his dad wanted to go to deep sea fishing, and they carried us down to the dock, and we're down there. Back then, you didn't do it online. You had to go book it in person. So we're standing at the end of the dock,
Pretty sure
and
telephone still around.
another
Let him have his moment.
Carrier pigeon. That was it.
Yep.
Didn't have phones yet.
yes, you could have booked it by phone, but Dad and him wanted to book it for a specific thing. So
Hard
this
out.
other ship, this other boat comes in, and
Shit,
the
that was
captain,
dead. Get another.
the captain hollers, "Hey, y'all give us a hand over here. We got a big catch." And they start hauling in a shark off the thing, and they lay it up on the deck. So, you know, and me and my cousin are sitting there like, and that its mouth was still moving.
And the shark just looks at him and goes, "Hey."
Yeah, pretty much.
And the shark sits there and goes, "I'm fucking suffocating to death here."
But you know, as a little kid who had just got through seeing Jaws 1,
You just made to go, oh, there's 70-something% of the world that I cannot go to anymore.
and they're like, "Y'all are gonna go deep sea fishing with us," and I'm like, instantly, me and him were like, "No, we don't want to. We don't want to. We don't want to. We don't want to." They took us anyway. We stayed inside the boat, never got out and looked at the water. Yeah, that messed me up, man.
Hey, man,
What messed me
It's
up,
gonna be hilarious. These kids gonna have psychological problems like a motherfucker.
what had me messed up with Don't Be Afraid of the Dark was, by that point, I think I had seen some of the little critter movies. You know, either Critters or Gremlins, you know, Ghoulies, that genre, which Don't Be Afraid of the Dark kind of falls under that.
Yeah, kind of.
Even though it doesn't fit all the stereotypes that those movies kind of had. What really freaked me out about him as a kid was they could speak. They were human intelligent. It was, the movie just had a good creep factor to it as far as how they were terrorizing this woman. And the trick is, they're kind of after her, and they get her in the end. They haul her off to wherever it is they're from. They win.
Yeah.
And that was kind of what creeped me out, was that they were that intelligent.
And they won.
Yeah. And the mask they used, I looked this up the other day. I mean, you look at it now, and you go, okay, 70 special effects, that kind of thing. But they were legitimately creepy masks, but you could still see their eyes through it. You know, not in a way that made it really kind of obvious that it was a mask slapped on. You know, the makeup guys did a good job on the mask. They were creepy looking, but still had kind of human, expressive eyes. You know, my scarring is over having gone back and looked at photos. You know, when you see the 3 guys in costume sitting in their trailer reading through the script. You know, now I'm sitting there. You know, I sit there and kind of laugh at myself and not having been able to watch the remake. But it was just, I get just that fear you had as a child.
Yeah.
That
you
really
thought had
really
that
sank into you.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you didn't think about it for a while, but when it cropped back up, you'd be like, nope, nope, nope.
Was it? Nope.
It wasn't.
Nope, nope. This trailer will be over shortly.
It wasn't until the 2000s, when, you know, late 90s, early 2000s, when they started going back and showing you the mechanical shark Bruce, that they named it, and you could actually see how, you know, because you didn't see a big chunk of jaw. You'd see the fin, and then you'd see people get yanked under the water.
It's because they couldn't get the machine to work.
Yeah. It wasn't until that, you know, boat scene that, you know, even then it was so like that, you're like, and then as a kid,
By the very end of the movie, you saw it playing.
you know,
This big fight.
when you see a shark action, you know, in the flesh, and you're going, wait a minute.
See, Jaws was really scary as a kid. You know, me watching this kid, I loved it. It was really scary. It didn't leave that kind of mark with me because, I don't live in the ocean.
Well, see, after that, Mom and Dad would, yeah, we're going to Florida this year.
We'd go down to go shore. We'd be like, you know, I'd be nervous that first time I got in the water or something.
Oh,
Jaws didn't bother me to be damned. Dude. I was like all the maybe 3 when the shit came out. It was like, what's that? It's a shark. And I can remember they had some kind of something where you had like a big dead one or some shit that you could go in there and they had like a shark on one side and a killer whale on the other. And I remember, hell, Mom taking me there. I was like, oh, that's neat. That's a big old fish. And that was it. Did you see the killer whale? There was a killer whale? Yeah, it was behind you. Oh, no. You know. I watched Jaws. I watched Orca.
I was about to say, did you ever see Orca?
I'm sitting there like, and
I guess Orca never bothered me at all because I was kind of pulling for the whale when I watched
yeah,
that one.
I
Yeah.
watched that one. Like, yeah, I hope the whale
I looked at that
kills
one.
everybody.
I did not look at that one as a horror flick as much as I looked at that one as a revenge
movie.
Yeah.
You know, I think a whale, you know, orcas might be just smart enough to go after somebody like that, you know. Now, tracking them on boats and stuff, you know, they probably can see
I
them.
remember you.
Yeah.
Now, talking about sharks in movies, the one that my wife and I, we were on vacation, and we went to the sea. She loves the Jaws movies. She loves it. She grew up in Daytona Beach, Florida. So, you know, that was a big deal for them down there.
They
And-
saw Jaws and went, hey, that happened last week.
Yeah. But we went to see Deep Blue Sea, and, you know, they're on this research thing, and they're making sharks smarter
I love
and
you.
bigger. And I'm sitting there going, you're too close to the water. You're too close to the water. And then Samuel L. Jackson
I'm
stands
tired
up,
of these motherfucking sharks on this motherfucking station.
and all of a sudden, I'm
We're
like,
not going.
the
We're
fuck?
not going to fight anymore. We're going to and ripped him in half.
yep. And I'm thinking, when the
Love Michael.
dude, you know, when they had the shark asleep and he sticks his hand in to get something, and you saw it bite his arm off.
When you're waving a cigarette around in its face, yeah, there was a lot of dumb. There was just a lot of dumb going around in the beginning of that movie.
Patrick James' character, I'm going to get in here and swim with these sharks that are smart as
It
humans.
was a shark ring. It was his
And
thing.
he survived.
And he survived.
Spoiler.
But still,
I was sitting there going, okay, I know one of these black people is going to die. Samuel L.
Oh,
Jackson.
please, you were probably sitting there going, I bet both of these are going to die. But at least one of them.
But I was kind of going, well, Samuel L. Jackson's pretty much the biggest star in this damn thing. Surely he went, holy shit, they ate Sam. It's all open now.
yeah, I was thinking, okay, Sam's going to live, and then when he got next to us, I said, oh, don't do that, Sam. You're about to get...
Well, Thomas Jane actually says, I wouldn't stand right there if I were you, and he just keeps talking. It's like, eh. But that was the only one that shocked me. I did like Michael Rappaport's. That's really the only movie he's ever been in that I liked him in was Deep Blue Fuck this, I'm not moving. Hanging on to the damn pillow. I ain't going nowhere. Somebody will come. Damn this.
Yeah. That and Samuel L. Jackson, you ate my bird.
That was LL.
Yeah, LL.
LL.
Yeah, that's
Totally shocked that he lived.
yeah.
Holy shit, he lived. Greatest.
So what was a big movie that had you affected?
Well, see, I was a young child at that perfect opportunity where Toy Story existed that taught me all of your toys have feelings and emotions. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And then I saw Chucky, and I was like, that's not cool, dog! That's not cool at all!
Which Chucky did you see? The original?
I saw a decent chunk of the first one and went, I'm out of this! That's when I put lids on all of my toy containers.
Practical.
I'll learn you, you bastards.
No, it was, if I dropped it, I say I'm sorry. And I put you gently in your container and close it. And if I see any of you motherfuckers open, I'm burning all y'all.
I can remember
This becomes a war very fast.
me and a buddy of mine. We'd seen the advertisements for Chucky. We were laughing about
Child's
it.
Play. The name of the
Child's
movie.
Child's Play.
Yeah,
Child's
Child's
Play.
Play.
Yeah. And we were sitting there laughing about it, and we were both dating, different girls at the time, than the ones we ended up married. We were in high school, and
You don't gotta explain it.
Yeah.
Dating happens.
Yeah, he had to explain. Please don't beat me.
but our girlfriends at the time were like, "Hey, let's go on a double date. We'll go see Child's Play," And me and him are sitting there going, "Oh damn," just and the girls are like,
But see, before the date, they were like, alright, first step, child's play. Second step, adult play. I'm great on color commentary today.
You really are.
We gotta do something. It's not really your genre of movies
Yeah.
we're talking about. So.
but we watched that, and the first one actually has a bit of a horror aspect to it. Now, when you get into the sequel, Chucky sequels, yeah, that's when you start. They jump their own shark by what, the second?
They don't get. They start getting goofy at 3.
Three.
They get really goofy after that.
Which was something a lot of the 80s, because Chucky kind of falls into the little critter thing, but he also falls into the slasher flick.
Yep.
And all the slasher flicks
Yep.
started getting goofy at
Yep.
some point.
Though, in the case of Friday the 13th, hell, their best one was 7.
Which one was
That's
that?
the New Blood,
New Blood,
where the
yeah.
chick was a fucking telepath, psychic, and hell was telekinetic. And that was the first one I paid to go see because it was like, hell yeah, it's something that can fight his ass. I'm going to that. That's King Kong versus Godzilla type shit. Let's go.
That was a really good one, though.
Yeah, I saw that one in the theater because hell, I can remember the scene. Hell, when we were sitting in there, and hell, I think it was her psychiatrist, the one he killed with the weed eater. When he has the damn thing, cranks it up, and the crowd in there goes, yeah! It's like, what the fuck we pulling for? It's some sick ass shit, boy. I'm glad to be here.
Jennifer, my wife, I can remember when we were dating, we went and saw, what's it?
Child's Play
Freddy.
2, it was a very
Freddy.
quick transfer.
Not Freddy. Which one was Michael Takes New York or
That's
Jason
Jason
Takes
Takes
Manhattan.
Manhattan.
Jason Takes Manhattan?
Is that 13?
No, that's 8.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they went. Friday the 13th, its peak was 7. Yeah, and it fell off the cliff. Like,
And
8 was god awful.
But there was a kid that boxed him.
Yeah, got his head knocked off.
Yeah.
what was so funny? Like we were there, and the lights were still up as people were coming in, and you had this fraternity from A&M local college come in, and they come in with all their dates, and they're sitting right, the seats right down from us, and all the guys are just big, football player looking guys. And when the movie starts, about the first kill, you got a few from the females. The second kill, you had this one guy that was sitting like right here, big guy. I mean, he'd make me and Todd to make this dude. He squealed like a little 3-year-old girl, and everybody just kind of went.
I revoked this card.
And so,
Squeal the goddamn bullshit.
but it was one of those things of.
Squeal the sounds of the man. The sounds of the lambs like a man.
But when he squealed after that, it became a comedy for me because it was like, okay, yeah, that broke the tension for me. You know, I'm sitting there watching, and then when that dude starts boxing him, everybody's like, yeah, yeah, and that dude was like, you gonna get your ass kicked. He was like, you're thinking there for a second, okay, this is the first dude to actually step to him, and he's like, the hell is this?
Nobody thought he was going to survive.
No, you never thought he was going to survive, but he.
Are you gonna weaken him for the next one?
Nobody thought that was going to happen.
But when he hits him in his head, goes thump.
Well, you know, it's a supernatural critter, so yeah. You watch like the Halloween remake. When Michael gets the suit he wears the rest of the movie from that big truck driver. Yeah, you know it's a Halloween movie. You know it's the first 15 minutes of the Halloween movie. You know Michael's killing this guy.
Actually,
But in that version of the movie, in that movie, you hadn't seen anything. It was a believable fight because Michael hadn't done anything this didn't. I don't think, in
the Rob Zombie, that first one, no.
So it was two big dudes fighting each other. So it was a believable fight. So it had that suspension of disbelief and that tension to it, even though you knew exactly what was going to happen.
Yeah.
But it was at least a believable fight as opposed to somebody trying to box the undead dude.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Rob Zombie's the first one. The first Halloween is good. The second one ain't worth shit.
Yeah.
Just the fact that as big as Tyler Mane is, because that was the guy that played Sabretooth in the first X-Men. As big as he was and as Batman-like as he was, because that sumbitch was in rooms with people and nobody knew he was there.
Yeah.
But the audience.
Lights were off. He was just standing
Yeah,
behind the
and
door.
he'd just be standing there. And it's like, tough fuck. And those were the only children in a horror movie that I ever saw that I liked. Because when they saw him, they screamed their goddamn heads off and ran out like a big knife-wielding son of a bitch was in the house. I appreciate it.
And I don't think you saw him again.
Nope.
They
you
ran
didn't.
down the street to somebody else's house, and that was it.
Shit kind of warned them, the boogeyman. And when they saw that motherfucker, it was, ah! And it was
Well, that was a shout out to one of the other ones where
The original one.
Yeah, the
I
original.
was still thinking the original one.
The kid saw it. What was it? Paul Rudd played one of the characters in that movie.
Yeah, crap, the hell I know.
But
Even though
when
the original two Halloweens were actually two of my favorite, probably my two favorite slasher flicks, if I had to pick a favorite.
But that was a trick. Halloween came out early enough that the music from Halloween scared me. It kind of bothered me. I tell you something that was not exactly a horror movie that scared me at the time because I was still real little when it came out. When I was on my Chuck Norris kick was Silent Rage. The one where you had the dude that was the killer, but he had a healing factor.
Yeah.
It took them forever to kill him in the beginning of the damn thing. And then they did that experiment on him, brought him back to life, and he had a healing factor, so any damage he took, it was basically Wolverine. That shit bothered the hell out of me, because even as a little kid, hell, my dad was, for all intents and purposes, a cop. And I was like, man, if I can shoot it, I don't care. If I can't shoot it, I know some of the adults will bust a cap in it, big deal. Shooting didn't work on him.
It's a dude.
Yeah. But shooting didn't work on him. Hell, you shot him, and hell, he got back up. And it was like, because even at the end of that, Chuck Norris kicks him into a well. And the last thing you see is him popping up, still as alive as he ever was. And it's like, yeah, somebody needs some cement. I can remember my cousin going, yes, somebody needs a cement truck. Because that's a problem.
Yeah, that.
There's a person down there. We know. Get to going.
When you talk about that, it's a person. That is something with me. Is if like I enjoy zombie movies. I cannot remember the last zombie movie that scared me. Maybe the original Night of the Living Dead when I saw it when I was little. Though really, I only remember my anger at the end of that one. Oh boy, that movie! Oh, I went off so bad about that movie. I'm a little guy when I saw it. I went off by the end of that movie so bad, my mom was just in there laughing at me. I did not take the hero getting capped at the end well at all.
Fortunately, I didn't see that one till I saw the remake before I saw the original.
But my point is like watching the first Paranormal Activity.
Bothered the fuck out of me.
It was very creepy, very well done. I haven't seen any of the rest of them. So I don't know if it went downhill after that.
I've seen the rest of them. Jennifer was a fan of the first one.
Yeah,
and
two is
Because that's something you
fucked
couldn't
up.
fight.
Yeah.
Now, you go watch It Follows. Real good flick. If you haven't seen It Follows, I highly recommend it. But at the end of that one, there was no lingering creep factor to that one because you could fight that thing.
Yeah, because hell, they flat out busted a cap in its ass.
Right.
So
You know, you kind of had to live long enough to figure out the rules.
yeah,
But it was something you could outthink it. You could, you know.
you had a chance.
Yeah. That's like
Especially
watching,
if you wasn't it. If you wasn't it, you had a chance.
Well, you weren't into it, it wasn't gonna bother you.
But you remember that was the thing is you had a bunch of people that wasn't it. The one person that you really saw it interact with, it was it. Yeah, it fucked them up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But and then like Us.
Yeah,
I enjoyed Us. But you know, okay, spoiler. A copy of yourself is coming after you. Well, that's a fair fight.
yeah.
That's something to be concerned about. But it's a dude, you know, it's a dude my size coming after me.
yeah, it's killable.
Oh, he's got a pair of scissors. I've got this antique bayonet. Let's go.
To the pain, mother.
yeah.
You know, I may lose, but it's one of the things where you sit there and go, it's a 50-50
yeah,
shot.
Yeah, you got a decent shot.
The only real fear factor from that was if you were caught off guard by it, it did have all your memories.
No, this is true.
So it knew where your antique bayonet was. So if you didn't know it was coming first,
yeah.
it might have the antique bayonet. 'Cause
Yeah,
that's what,
there's some
'cause
factors there.
spoilers, that's what happens to that other family.
Yeah.
They get
Yeah, they
snuck
got
up
caught by
on.
surprise, yeah.
And then it was done like that.
Well, it's what would have happened to the first family if the mother of that first family, the other mother of that first family hadn't wanted to kind of play with them.
Yeah.
And I got some, you know, pet theories on why.
But I don't know. I'm trying to think stuff that scared me that I actually watched because that was a trick. Because I was a nervous little summit, so it helped. I can remember a movie called The Innocent. That was an old black and white thing. That was basically their version of the turning of the screw.
Yeah.
That one scared the hell out of me. Like I said, Silent Rage scared me as a kid. The Omen and The Exorcist, I was too little when they came out. I wasn't gonna fuck with them at all. Just the name, The Omen. When I saw the previews of that, I was like, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. Rosemary's Baby was one that I didn't want to watch it, but two of my cousins, we used to get together and spend the night with each other on the weekends, and you know, one of them wanted to watch Rosemary's Baby because his older sister had went and watched it at the theater and talked about how creepy it was. So we're like, okay, it's your turn to pick. We'll watch that one when it comes on. And I'm sitting there going, the hell? You know, that just, because there was a lady at my church that kind of looked like the old lady in that movie, and I'm like, it just kind of wigged me out because
I know. The first Pet Cemetery bothered the hell out of me.
Yeah.
I just got that Daytona that I had when I met you. Yeah, I just got it. Was brand new, and hell, we had gone home. Me and my cousin went to go see it, and we both left that one like. And I remember he got in and locked his door, and I purposely had my door unlocked. And when I was telling my grandmother about it the next day, she was like, "You had your door unlocked, didn't you?" Yeah. How'd you know? Because if something was in there, you were prepping to get the hell out. I was like, yep. Because we were living in Chattanooga at the time, and Chattanooga's loaded with fucking Indian burial grounds and shit like that. And I was jumpy as hell for about a week after that. It was like, yes, that's all a bunch of bullshit. One of my grandmother's neighbors had a cat looked just like Church. I did my damnedest to hit that damn thing with a thing of hot water. Yeah, I couldn't. It was like, fuck, wait, Jesus H. Christ.
We went and saw that at the theater. My older cousin carried me and a couple others, and then we went camping weeks later. Me and my parents, and you know, as you're checking it, like we park outside and we walk inside to the campground office, and we're standing there, and they've got this little map up on the wall, and it's telling you about the area, and I'm seeing all these Indian burial grounds that you can go visit, and I'm thinking, oh great, we're here, and there's going to be some undead animal or person come and wander up on our campsite, and so the next morning I get up and there's this raccoon sitting outside the damn thing, chittering at me, and I'm like, huh? And it ran off. I'm like,
Oh, it's a regular ass animal.
yeah.
I said hi, and it went, the fuck you want? And I was like,
No, I would have went, and I'd slammed the camper door. But it was one of those things of, yeah.
I like the remake.
Yeah, the remake was good.
The remake really gave you the feeling that, yeah, whatever the hell was in them,
The-
whatever the hell was in Church's ass was a hell of a lot more intelligent than they were giving it credit for. Because they were still going, oh, that's a cat.
No,
That wasn't a cat, no doubt.
It was something puppeting them.
it was
Yeah.
a cat
And you could
suit.
tell that because the second they were not around a person, there was no personality.
Yeah.
The little girl is, spoilers, the little girl is talking to the dad and stuff, where the mom winds up killing him. So there's like personality while she's dealing with him and trying to play him. The second he's dead, they're both completely silent. They just start going about the job.
That's
I
like,
thought it was pretty well done.
Well, hell, even Church
It was
would
also
have, even
one-
Church would have like looks on its face sometimes.
And it was
you know, like,
one that they kind of got away from the Indian burial ground because it's just a cemetery basically. It was a spoiled spot that the Indians knew about and put up warnings about and avoided. It wasn't something they were using.
yeah. Talking about another good remake, It. When they originally did it was filmed for ABC, to air in a 2-part thing. And at the time, it was creepy as all
Was it
get
just
out.
2-part? Or was it one of those week-long miniseries they were doing at the time? I can't remember. I can't remember if it was one of the.
it's like 4 hours.
Okay.
So they may have played it. They may
Yeah,
either played it.
Yeah,
They may have played it an hour a night.
yeah, something like it.
But when you saw it back then, it was creepy as all get out. And you go to school, and talk, oh man, did you see? You were creeped out.
Yeah, it was good.
But when you go try back and rewatch it nowadays, you're like, God, that's horrible. It looks awful. Now when they do the new one, you're sitting there going, yeah, I'm staying away from the drains.
Love it. It ain't scary. It wasn't. When I first heard about it when I was younger, it sounded scarier than it was when I watched it. Because hell, before this one, I'd still be remembering. They all float down here. I just think Tim Curry's funny.
Yeah, Tim Curry did great as Pennywise. It was
And
everybody
clowns
else.
don't scare me. So, it's a clown. Yeah, I don't give a shit. It's a clown. And? Oh, but don't you see? No, it's a fucking clown.
I mean,
I grew up with Bozo. It's a fucking clown.
Yeah.
Clowns scare me by obstruction. If there's a clown out in the open, I go, aha, it's a clown. That's weird. But then if a clown is like 50% behind a tree, I go, I ain't fucking going out there. That clown's playing in some shit. I ain't going out there.
But the trick is, if you're 50% behind the tree, I ain't going out there because you out there playing in some shit.
Yeah.
It's not because it's a clown.
Well, the clown adds a level of like, you should not be planning shit.
You know, the only clown that ever scared me was the clown in Poltergeist. The boy's little stuffed clown. That was scary. Until I saw Scary Movie. Which...
Yeah. I can stop. Oh, yeah.
Scary Movie 2.
That was Uncle Ray Ray's turn. Yeah.
Is it okay? Get back down there.
Yeah. Oh, you want to play? Hey, what are you doing? Hey, don't touch me there! Ah!
Digging his nails into the thing. Yeah, those movies were special. Like,
But no, that was the original Poltergeist. That was like, for me, was like the scariest part was, the Amityville Horror. That was one that scared me as a kid too.
I have never seen that one.
That whole get out. Yeah,
Yeah,
but I was living in that house in Chattanooga at the time, and that shit was too close to home. And like, yeah, you can have this.
I mean, if the house tell you get out.
Yeah.
That's it.
You
Well,
you straight Eddie Murphy
Don't-
that one.
Yeah,
Don't be
Eddie
stubborn.
Murphy that one.
This house is great. I'm so glad we could get out.
Too bad we can't stay.
Even the was it Ryan Reynolds remake?
Yeah, that was good. And fucked up.
That one, they kept it true to. I think they took elements of the first one and the second one and kind of put them.
But you know the
together.
whole thing about the Amityville Horror that was supposed to be so damn scary was supposed to be a true story.
Yeah.
It was the Lutz family. I can remember. I'm old enough. I can remember when they were on Good Morning America talking about the shit. Yeah, you taking your stuff? Hell no. We got the hell out. We said the hell with this and dipped. It got bad enough that we grabbed all the family and the dog and kicked rocks.
Yep. You didn't pack your clothes.
Which is the appropriate response to that.
See, that's what they should have done in Paranormal Activity. Is like, what do you mean? It's, you know when they brought the expert in, when they brought the preacher or
that
whatever.
was a trick with Paranormal Activity. Is it wouldn't have worked because it wasn't the place that was haunted. It was the chick.
Yeah. Well, at the time they didn't know that.
No, they knew it was the chick. She says from jump, "It's me. This has happened to me." Because I can remember when we went to go see it. That was all. That was all of us standing outside by the cars, going.
Just buzzed. I don't know.
You know, the guy was basically the George W. Bush of ghost busting. But I think it was you, Jason, that went, yeah, but at least he wasn't no punk. Because me and Patrick were like, yeah, the minute she went, I'm haunted, we broke up. I holla at you. You can have any of this shit that ain't mine. But me and my stuff is out. I ain't sitting there.
Like old boy did in a Scary Movie. Or not Scary Movie, which one was that?
Oh, shit.
It was after they sold Scary Movie, and then they basically did another one under their name.
Oh, God, I forget that now. But yeah,
where his initial reaction is immediately get out, and then he's sitting out front. I can't leave. I signed a 30-year lease.
Yep.
Or 30-year mortgage or whatever.
What are you doing? What the hell you mean we're doing? There's ghosts in there. We black. We get the fuck up out of here. And the mover took off, and he's running behind. Hey, wait for me.
Well, that's like, and I Know What You Did last summer when they did the remake. You know, the black.
No, that was Scream.
That was Scream.
Oh, it's based off of horror movies? Oh, black people don't live in them. I'm out.
Yeah, got the vehicle and they left.
And that was Dwayne Martin. Dwayne Martin, yeah, I know how this ends. I'll holler at you in a bit.
But when they did this, the spoof, the Scary Movies, the black
BET.
Crew, yeah, like, so get out of here. Jumped in the vehicle and left. Like,
Scream was one that, man, I was not impressed with. People seemed to like it. It was a crap movie.
Scream sucked.
I mean, it's not like it was really a send-up of horror movies, or it's like Quentin Tarantino did a horror movie where he just had used every cliche that was already.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not good. Like I said, Paranormal Activity bothered me for a long time. The thing that bothered me about Paranormal Activity was all the shit that goes on while you're asleep.
Yeah.
That's what bothered me about that one. It was like, it's.
Wasn't it just the other day we were talking about something? You're like, so I'd never have a camera going.
I would never have a camera going while I'm asleep, because if I see something, I'm out. Ain't no ifs, ands, fuck that. I'm out. You can have all this shit. I'm gone.
I think the only part of that doesn't get me anymore is the fact that I have a cat that's inside. So every time a noise happens, I go, fucking Rika. And I just go back to sleep.
But that was one that one bothered me. The Grudge.
Yeah.
When I saw it the first time, but I was working third shift, so I'm sitting there on my little portable DVD at 3 o'clock in the morning watching that shit. The Ring. The first time I saw it bothered me for that's one that truthfully to this day I really won't fuck with The Ring. The movie sucks, but the ending sells it. Oh, she's at peace now. You let her out? Oh, shit. Don't you understand? She never sleeps. Oh, man, damn. And it was another one of those where, truthfully, the bad guy won. Because,
in a lot of
it ends with her making a tape to go show somebody. And hell, if you watch the original ending for it, they show them going to like a Blockbuster and putting it in the thing where you trap somebody, because that was what you had to do to keep Samara from killing you. Is you had to show the tape. If you helped her hurt somebody, she'd let you live.
Well, that's like that movie that came out a couple years ago, Truth or Dare.
Yep.
Movie to see that when Jennifer and I watched that one, I'm sitting there going, okay, that's messed up. And I looked at Jennifer, because we had to pause the movie to get up and go to the kitchen, get something to drink and everything, go to the bathroom. And I looked at her while we were getting our beverages, and I said, I guarantee you by the end of it, somebody's gonna put this thing online and make a Truth or Dare. And that was the ending. And I'm like,
yep, the dirty bitch put it on YouTube.
and then it started getting thousands of views, and then popping up on
Because that was the trick.
billboards and
Is
shit.
it didn't get you out of the game, but the more people you had playing, the longer it took to get back to you.
Yeah.
So that was the people that were in it when the numbers would dwindle down. They would try and find groups to trick them into the game, so it would give them more time before the demon would come back to them with a truth or dare. So yeah, you had this horrific ritual that you had to go through to get rid of the damn thing, and hell, it beats them. So the girl had a choice where it was like, well, we could die and end this shit. And up early in the movie, she had talked about being one of these people that's self-sacrificing. And me and John was sitting there, John was like, that bitch gonna fuck everybody. And sure enough, she goes on YouTube and goes, truth or dare, because that's all they had to do to get you into the game. If someone was in the game, all they had to do was give you the truth or dare, and they put you into the shit. So yeah, the bitch went on YouTube and went, oh yeah, truth or dare. And you see two girls watching, and the girl behind her gets this, when the demon was in you, you get this abnormally large grin, and you saw the girl behind her get that grin like that. So yeah, she basically put thousands of damn people in it, which would give them, oodles of time before it got back around to them.
They may die of natural causes before
Yeah, by the time it got back to them. And you sit there going, you rotten heifer. Dare me to beat her ass. Give me something good.
On the other side of talking about some movies that creeped us out. On the other side of that, what was that Stephen King one? The Mist, The Fog. Which one was it?
Mist?
The Mist.
Yeah, The Mist. As far as one, it had monsters. That was neat enough, but it didn't creep us out at all. Because we were laughing at certain
Hitman
points.
can't take the engine.
Nope. I was going to bring that up.
Yeah.
That's one that affects him. Because he had a kid about that age at the time.
Yeah.
Where me and him, as soon as spoilers, as soon as Thomas Jane, as soon as he looks at I won't let the monsters get you. I forget which one of us laid over. You don't have to cap that kid. Mm-hmm.
Foreshadowing.
So when it happens, we're laughing about it, and it's not an appropriate scene to laugh at. Though it was kind of funny how the kid woke up just in time to see it coming.
And then Thomas Jane looks up and sees the lady that had ran out to get her kids.
What's her face from The Walking Dead?
Carol from The Walking Dead. Because if you watch that, hell, that's a Frank Darabont directed movie. It's a lot of characters, a lot of people that went on to be in The Walking Dead in there.
Yeah.
She had run off early in the movie to get to her kids,
And you're like, oh yeah, she's dead.
And she had asked, any man willing to walk a lady home. They're all like,
shit. Well, considering, you had tentacle monsters out there, like eating people or ripping them apart and spiders laying eggs on you, you really can't fault
you'd have lived
nobody.
if you did, though. Because when you see her at the end, she got her two kids right next to her. She's just looking at Thomas Jane.
You'd have lived. You knew she lived. You knew her kids made it. You don't know what poor bastard that went with her that ends up sacrificing themselves to the tentacle monsters so the bitch can make it home.
Nah, nobody lived.
Fuck that.
Nobody would do that.
Thomas Jane lived.
Yeah.
Everybody in that car would have lived if they'd just been patient for like 2 minutes.
Yep.
Because if you notice, as soon as he caps everybody and gets out the car going, ah, truck comes through, the army comes through, and the mist burns away.
Yep.
So they just drive slower and conserve gas.
They drive by and she's there looking at him like, punk ass. I got my children, where are yours? Shot in the car.
What's the campiest horror movie that you watched that you really enjoyed?
Oh, sweet goodness.
Oh, you
My mom used to record USA Up All Night. Both nights they'd play it. Which, not all those were horror, but there was a lot of horror there, and there was a lot of bad horror. I mean, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Though we watched that one on vacation.
Has anybody ever seen this movie? I think it was from like the 60s called The Creeping Terror.
Yes.
The damn thing was basically like a big pile of leaves that was going around.
No, I have not seen that. I've heard about it.
I've seen that damn thing twice. It's god awful.
Yeah. I think I still give Jennifer grief about this. Now this, for those young folks that might see this, back in the day we had these things called video rental stores. You would have to go rent the movies. But we had one.
my goddamn lawn.
Nobody's actually old enough to next question.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But we
It
had
makes you seem older, but go ahead.
we had a movie gallery up the road, and I picked my movie, she picked her movie, and she picked this horror movie called Axel. And I've tried look. It when she put it in and started playing it, it looks like a bunch of kids decided we're going to make a horror movie, and they went and raided their grandparents and aunt and uncles, closet for old, clothes, because it's set in the 60s/70s time frame. But you can tell it's modern day because it's the way some of the buildings are put together. That's but the way they're setting it in. It's set. The movie takes place on a black college campus, and you've got these kids running around, and they're talking about the boogeyman, and the killer just walks around with it. He walks as slow as Freddy or Jason, or just do, 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 do. And no matter what they do, he's there, and but it is so horribly shot, so horribly acted. And I'm sitting over there looking at her. I don't ever want to hear another word out of you that I've picked a bad movie.
But see, that's the trick, is black traditional horror flicks don't work super well. I can name maybe a couple. Get Out. Get Out's real good.
Us.
I was so on Us. A lot of Us. They were kind of. Yeah, I kind of sat there and went, yeah, that ain't us. There was a movie called Death by Temptation where you had a succubus that was going around screwing people up. It had Kadeem Hardison, the guy played Dwayne Wayne in A Different World, and Bill Nunn. That one was pretty damn good, but again, that was some demonic shit that it looked like a real fine woman. It was a succubus, and that's how it kind of got you in. That one you could kind of go, all right, that ain't runnable. But a lot of that kind of shit is like, yeah, damn that, I'm out. What is that? Nah, fuck that, I'm out. That's a running joke. Black horror movies are that long because, yeah, something ain't right. Yeah, I'm gone. Jason would have never gotten anybody. Freddy, yeah, because you can't avoid sleeping. But that kind of physical shit, nah, you kill that noise. Oh, here's a camp that every time somebody goes here, people get murdered. Well, that's real easy.
We turned that into a parking lot.
No, I never go there.
You stay 17 miles away.
Yeah, you do you. You want to go to Camp Crystal Lake? You mean the place where all them people got killed? Yeah, fuck no. Jaws was not scary for me because even if I go to Florida, I ain't swimming nowhere but the damn pool. So unless they have shark attacks in the pool, fuck Jaws. I don't care.
If there's been a tidal wave, there might be one.
It's a Sharknado. And it's literally kind of it always has to be something that I can't shoot, actively run away from. It has to be something demonic, or spiritual, or like ghost stories bother me. Only because I lived in a fucking haunted house, but I digress. That kind of stuff is scary. Slasher, like, what do you do? Next. What do you do? Oh, shoot them twice. Pow, pow. That's what's fun about going to horror movies with big groups of black people, because we scream common sense at the stupid white people on the screen. Bitch, don't go in there.
Now, to be
What
fair,
the hell are you doing?
there was the Jeepers Creepers movies, where the first one I don't recall two of, but the second one is, and the entire time they're trying to fight the damn thing.
Yeah. Jeepers Creepers was one. That was another one. When I saw the first one, I was kind of like, oh, that's fucked up. But again, it was the end. Because when you watch it on TV, I think they cut that out now. But you could hear Justin Long's character moaning and like begging for his life and shit as he just coring his eyes out and shit. And that, I remember seeing that one going. The movie itself, that ending was fucked. The ending bothered me because you could actually hear for the first time like humans suffering. It wasn't just everybody else, it was kind of quick and graphic as hell, but it wasn't. Basically, the psychic that said, you know, one of you's there, and that song is playing, and it's the end, and you're moaning the end of your life, and you thought it was gonna be the girl, ended up taking him, and yeah, it cores him out, and the last shot is his skin there with the eyes cored out, and then his eyes looking through the thing through the creeper. That one was like, yeah, some bullshit.
Yeah.
That one kind of. What's scary was just fucked up.
The second one, when you find out how old this thing is and how, it's like what it takes to hurt it, you're like, okay. And then the third one gets a little campy in some spots,
I
but
didn't realize they'd done a third one.
yeah, it was a sci-fi direct kind of
Yeah,
thing.
they were supposed to give you enough of him that they finally got rid of his ass, but I don't think they finished it yet.
No, even the third one, the way it ends, it starts out and you've got this woman talking about, this is coming, such and such, so and so, and it ends.
He was
with
like
her.
Pennywise. He showed up every
Every
27 years or something to get new parts.
Yeah, and
But he was still one that once you knew what you were dealing with, you might need some help, but you could fight it.
It took a team.
Yeah,
It's
you
like-
could
yeah.
not really, because the trick is it was smart. It could drive. It could fly. It was a whole hell of a lot stronger than you, so you wasn't gonna fight it. Shooting it didn't really do nothing because it needed new parts. It's strong enough that hell, it's when it's got its wings and shit, it's moving a bus. It's picking up trucks and shit. The creeper ain't something that if it's just you, that's probably your ass.
yeah, because in the third one, they've cut its hand off, and the lady's got the desiccated hand. Well, when it's time for it to wake up, the hand pops up and it's like a thing from Adam's Family moving around, and it's the lady is like friends with the sheriff's deputy, and the sheriff and the deputy sitting there looking in the jar, and the thing goes and chokes him. It's like, how the fuck would you do that? You know that thing is up moving around.
The trick is it don't make no sense for it to be moving around because that was the whole point of the creeper was it got up because it needed new parts. It wasn't that the
If it
parts
had lost its hand, the hand would have
the hand wouldn't do shit. It would go somewhere and eat somebody's hand.
It sounds like the third one just went straight into the crapper.
Yeah.
It,
'Cause that
sounds like 28 weeks later,
oh god.
Yeah,
where they just forgot what kind of critter they were dealing with, and all the rules of the first movie just get thrown out.
I'm gonna hide in the plot hole.
I'm gonna hide in the plot hole. I'm gonna travel through the plot hole.
Yeah.
My kids got in that car and got away, and they're driving somewhere.
I'm just going to end up there.
I'm just gonna run down this alleyway and just be where they're at when they finish driving.
I'm gonna beat them in the car. Yeah, that one was crappy. Remember that movie we went to go see? Was it called Ravenous or some shit like that? Remember where it was it was an apartment complex that had like the super rabies.
Yeah,
Was turning
Yeah,
people
yeah,
into
yeah.
zombies, but it was also like shaky cam because everything was through night vision goggles and shit. And they did the same crap where it was like all of a sudden they were taking neck wounds but still running around. It's like
The one that
dude.
broken ankle and leg
Yeah.
and stuff was still standing.
And you're sitting there going, no, they're not traditional zombies. They're just people with rabies. It's, they're-
weaponized, but still.
yeah. But it's, come on now. Yeah, 28 weeks later. Took what was an interesting premise and just went, fuck
The
this.
opening scene was fine.
The opening scene was basically like the first movie.
Yeah.
And then it went straight into the piss hole.
Well, that's been our show for today.
This target sits there and goes, nobody talks to me. I'm afraid of things.
I've been your host, CDO113. With me today's been
The Todd Father.
The experience of some called Jason.
The token didn't get to mention I Am Legend, Tarky.
Would you like to mention I Am Legend?
No.
Go
it's
ahead and
too late
mention
now.
that.
No,
Too
go
late
ahead.
now.
What is it about it that you wanted to mention?
Well, it was kind of the zombie-esque thing where it didn't get scary for me until, Will Smith is sitting there going, Tom? Because the mannequin has been moved. You've been real the whole fucking time. I go, oh, is Will Smith just... How crazy is the main character right now? And then, whoop, whoop, oh, no. The monsters know how to use your traps. You're probably boned, son.
The monsters are intelligent.
Yeah. I'm surprised it took you that long to realize that Will Smith in that movie was crazy as hell.
Well, I knew he was crazy, but like...
He had a real human relationship with his dog. He was gone.
Well, I mean, I knew he was gone, but I didn't realize he was so gone that he himself would question whether or not a mannequin was a person.
We've been
Well,
all this time.
that was a shout out to the original with Charlton Heston because
that
That wasn't the original.
What was it?
No, Vincent
No,
Price did a
Vincent
version of
Price.
it.
Surprise, yeah.
Vincent Price changed a bunch of names, so it was otherwise the closest to the actual story, where it was vampires, not just random mutants.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Charlton Heston's thing was more comment on race and shit like that, because even the
I mean, still decent
followers,
flick.
even the followers or whatever the hell they named themselves, they were just creepy looking.
Yeah.
You never got the impression they were eating people, vampires, and that guy. They were just weird as fuck.
Kind of culty.
Yeah, well, they wasn't kind of to it. They'd become a cult. That was their whole thing. Is now that everybody's pale white, can't take sunlight, we're all brothers.
Except that guy.
Well, because he wasn't one of them. You son of a bitch.
Well, that's been our show.
Happy Halloween. Go eat candy. I'm running through the X-ray first.
No one likes you enough to give you drugs in your candy.